So, good evening, good morning, whatever the time your time zone is. Welcome to ThatITShow, the show about everything and nothing. I have decided to experiment a little bit because we need. I'm going to say a slogan, but we need a subtitle basically.
No, we don't.
This IT collides and so on stuff actually doesn't work. We are not colliding. We are not providing any additional elements anymore. So we need to do something about this thing. Anyways, today we are going to talk about buying stuff from the sites that sell cheap hardware. And I
Okay.
want to make a few points. I want to have a few rants. So let's roll the intro and see what we have to say.
Ta-da!
So let's start with this thing. I have come prepared. So let's start with this thing. No. This one is easier. Easy. Let's start with this thing.
Please, for the love of everything that is holy, do not turn it on.
No, I cannot turn it on because it requires light bulbs. But anyways, for example, this thing is comprised of probably 3 or 4 different purchases for me. This was a separate one, and then I got different parts that I could buy for fixing cameras and fixing all the other stuff that I have laying around. And the idea of this is to be actually 4 light bulbs, and then there is a diffuser that is supposed to be connected to this thing. Now, the reason why I bought this thing was simply the price. 2 of these, together with the diffusers, together with the stands that they came with, was something like €30. And the thing was that I wanted to see how is it even possible to buy 4 sockets for the light bulbs, including the wires, including the plastic that is required for this thing, and so on. And in total, for that to be cheaper than actually buying 2 times 4, so 8 light bulb sockets here in Croatia. The main reason why I bought it was I didn't believe that it is possible. Now, the thing is that the amazing thing is that the sockets are ceramic. So they're made out of
Okay, that's actually good.
yes. So they can actually tolerate quite a load. I'm not completely sure what is it with the how is the inside of this thing. I think that I should be trying to open it up and see what's inside and how this thing works. It is fused, so it has its own fuse, 3 ampere
Okay,
fuse.
that's good.
So basically, on the when it comes to the value that I got for this thing, I'm amazed.
Can I ask you 2
Yes.
questions? First, the backside, what material is it based on?
Part of it is hard plastic, part of it is aluminum. This part is aluminum. This is hard plastic. But
Okay.
since I'm using LED light bulbs, so this is at most 40 watts.
Okay.
So
Okay, no heat. Really.
no actual heat, and the dissipation is going to be on the light bulbs themselves. And to make matters even more amazing, the light bulbs themselves here in Croatia cost much more than the actual thing. So this is
Please move yourself a little bit further because you are hogging the camera. again.
okay. So the thing is that
Be smaller in
no.
translation.
I'm decided that I'm going to be excited about the things that I have lying around because I was preparing for this thing.
Kikas, I have a question
Yes.
number 2, by the way. What do you really need that shit for?
Believe it or not, one of those things is right now my primary source of light here.
And you don't have enough light on the ceiling.
No, the thing is that I was experimenting with this light actually today while I was doing the lectures. I didn't have anything else to do while lecturing. And I realized that if I put this thing behind the monitors, pointed at the wall, I get a amazing diffuse light that looks great. So, and
Okay.
also what this thing can do, it can light up the light bulbs in pairs. So it's not that only that all four of them need to work. You can actually light up them in pairs. So from the perspective of somebody who bought this thing, I'm extremely happy with this.
I saw the two switches
Yes.
in
So
the rear side, so that's for
yes,
it.
this is the
That's what
reason.
it's for.
Now,
Okay.
the point that I'm trying to make is that the Chinese sites that are selling different, I'm going to say objects, because there is no other encompassing noun that can describe what is being sold there. They have completely changed the way that we are buying stuff here. Not only here, but also in basically in almost everywhere on Earth. Because
Okay.
they come with usually free shipping, because free shipping is usually not free, but then anyways. They have an amazing, I'm going to say amazing number, because I'm not going to call it assortment. It's not assortment, it's more like a manifest of a large warehouse, because there is absolutely no connection between things on some sites. For example, if you're looking at AliExpress, you can buy basically everything. I was looking a couple of days ago, I was trying to find a particular thing. So let's go into how my mind works, which
Oh Lord, no.
which could be a problem. So what I wanted to do is I started to have problems with my front door. My
Okay.
front door has a rubberized part that is preventing the air from coming in and out. So basically, it's isolation that is almost airtight. And the problem is that when it is warm outside, the door distorts a little bit. And by a little bit, I mean probably a couple of I would say under a millimeter. But the thing is that
Okay.
distortion is big enough so that my door actually does not close completely. So if I'm not being careful, it could be that I try to close the door behind me and the door doesn't close completely. Now, a normal person would go and see where the distortion happened and would probably more or less just use some sort of eraser or whatever just to thin down the rubber on that part. And here I was browsing on the AliExpress trying to find.
In your infinite wisdom, you found another solution.
No, I was trying to find out, is there a solution that can help me to close the door automatically? So basically what I was looking for was an electromagnet that is able to close the door behind me. So the idea was to put an electromagnet on the door so that when I want to close it, to have a switch that is going to be closed, then it is going to pull down the magnet to close the door completely always, and then to release the switch, and that this is going to be it. And the amazing thing is that I actually found both the magnet for the door, I found the switch, the limiting switch, and I also found a whole assortment of different ways that you can actually manipulate the doors, because they also sell those magnetic attachments that are attached to the fireproof doors, so that they get released when the power is lost, and so on. So I found an amazing assortment of things that I wouldn't know that even existed. And this made me think about what is the actual idea behind those sites. It's not only that those sites are intended to sell things, because every site is intended to sell things, as well as Amazon and everything else.
Okay.
But they have no, and by no I mean actually no audience, no idea of trying to target a certain audience. You can buy chemistry, you can buy electronics, you can buy different pieces of clothing, makeup, paint, industrial parts. I wouldn't be surprised that you could buy pieces of space rocketry if you looked hard enough. So the thing is that I'm actually amazed with those sites, not in a way that I just want to buy things from them, but also I'm amazed in the way that they shouldn't exist. The idea of having a warehouse that has everything is something that shouldn't be possible. But yet, they
Okay.
do have everything, and everything is actually available.
The things that are available when you order them, do they come in actual shape and form of the things that you see on the site, or?
Okay, there is that small problem, and this problem. No, the problem is that if you take a closer look and pay attention to what you're ordering, you are going to usually get what you wanted. But if you don't pay attention, it could be that you are just buying something that is usually a part of a whole. So, for example, I don't know, there is a camera, and there is a stand, and there is a remote control for the camera. You are going to get an offer, or the price is going to be for the stand or for the remote control. You're going to happily click on the buy button, and then you are going to realize that there was 3 separate options to choose from, and you chose the wrong one. So you're just going to get the remote control without the camera, anyways.
That's excellent.
But on the other hand, if you are willing to spend a little bit more money, you are going to get things that actually are not bad or are actually working. So, for example, this is one of those things. I probably showed this already. This is the holder for the mobile phone, the same one that you usually can buy in any store that is selling you phone holders. The idea of this thing is that it can be opened, so that you can actually put the mobile phone inside it, and that's it. Now, the reason why I'm showing this thing is that this is made entirely out of metal.
Okay.
You can actually put a mobile phone in it. It is going to be completely stable. It has a hole for different types of screws here. It has holes for the screws here, so you can actually connect it. It has a hot shoe here for the to connect the light, and you can when open, you can actually open it, and then you can fix the jaws so that you can actually fix the phone in any position that you want to. So this is an actually well-made piece of equipment that makes sense.
Well thought out as well.
Yes, but the thing is that this costs 22 euros.
Yeah, of course.
And
there's a price to pay.
yes, but this is the same price as 2 of these. And this is the amazing thing. There is no correlation between how much material, how much work, and how much thought you get for the price.
That's good to know. Very comforting.
Okay, so what's your opinion on the Chinese sites?
I don't use them. That's it.
Okay, but why? Is it an intentional thing, or we just didn't find the...
It is. It is an intentional thing, not necessarily because of some politics or religion or something like that. It's mostly because they annoy the shit out of me whenever I'm browsing on any application or website, because they pop up constantly, and usually that enrages me, and as a result, I just don't want to use them.
Okay, so basically the marketing geniuses that are at work there annoy you enough.
Annoy me enough, which is not easy, as I'm sure you know, because I get bombarded by a lot of, just like everybody else, by a lot of messages on whatever, Facebook, or when I'm browsing the net. But nobody is as annoying as those sites are.
I'm completely with you, because when it comes to having annoying messages and the number of messages that you get, sites like Temu and sites like Shane or whatever it is called are usually sending me at least 3 to 4 messages per day.
I'm getting in my Facebook feed.
Yes.
I cleaned it a little bit, so I did a little bit of cleansing job. But still, I used to get messages from Timu Croatia, Timu Slovenia, Timu UK, Timu US, Timu this, Timu that. Come on, like leave me the hell alone.
No, but the thing is that they are making awful amounts of money, and
Yeah, I know that. Still, doesn't I don't care.
because the whole logistics and everything else that is involved actually created a completely new set of economic rules that nobody is actually talking about. Because the amount of goods that we are getting, buying, delivering, whatever, has changed in the last 5 or 6 years to become a huge thing. I was talking to a guy. Croatia is a relatively small country, and I was talking to a guy from Croatian Post here about their own delivery network. And he told me that usually they get 2 to 3 ship containers of Chinese goods every day. And this Croatian post which is usually not used for delivery of the packages. So the thing is that it has changed the way that people buy. It has changed the way that people actually think about, and also it has created what we were always afraid of, a society of completely people who think that everything can be thrown away because there is no value in anything.
Okay,
And this is
I
one of those
concur.
things. This is one of those things which I find, let's say, discomforting.
Okay.
Because I would like to buy a thing that actually makes sense and has some value. I usually succeed. But for example, USB cables. Almost everything that you buy is going to get a USB cable like this. This is crap. This USB cable is probably not going to work for data at all. And then when it comes to trying to send power through it, it's also going to be awful. So most of the USB cables that they send is immediately sent to electronic waste. And this is one of those things where I'm not on the side of on the sites that are selling the stuff.
Okay, but I seem to know that you recently bought a decent chunk of equipment that's a little bit more expensive from the Chinese sites, like these guys, the walkie-talkies, whatever you want to call them. And I have to say, at first I didn't believe it, but this is actually quality made.
And this is the cheapest one that you can buy. This
Okay,
is actually
and you
this is actually the cheapest walkie-talkie that you can buy. It's right. It can be bought as cheap as 17 euros. So
the other two that you gave me also feel very very sturdy in the
the thing
hand.
is that they since they are making tens of millions of units, they have upgraded the tooling and they are no longer making cheap products. Okay, there are some cheap products, but if you compare what was considered a cheap product from China 10 years ago and what is considered a cheap product from China right now, it's completely different ballgame.
Okay,
And the thing is that we are not noticing this. People are not noticing that the Chinese made products like mobile phones, like screens, like, okay, walkie talkies because I'm a ham radio operator, but things like, I don't know, audio equipment, consoles, almost everything that is not intended to be the cheapest possible. So, for example, I wouldn't buy a battery from China. The reason is because you can easily fake a battery, and the batteries that come from China are known to have almost no relation to the capacity that is being stated on the package. But the thing is that
okay.
everything else that I'm buying is not that bad compared to the things that I can buy, for example, from Europe. But it is half the price, third the price, fourth the price, even tenth the price of the same thing.
But I still don't understand why you would want to buy something that's quarter of a price but doesn't work.
I'm trying to avoid this thing. I recently, you know, that I changed my car. I still drive a Smart, but it is 10 years younger now, which was an amazing turn of events,
Achievement.
achievement, and turn of events that actually made my car better. And the model that I bought had a regular radio in it. And I was trying to buy, or I wanted to go and buy a normal radio, because what I wanted to have was the Bluetooth connectivity, because the stock one didn't have anything. It was just a radio. And by just a radio, I mean actually just a radio, without CD, without any other way of connecting anything to it. It had a radio and a small drawer under it. And when I was talking to the guy who is selling spare parts for the smart cars, he told me, "Do not buy here. Go and buy something on AliExpress." And I said, "Okay, but I'm buying something that needs to be made good enough so that it actually fits in the car." And it actually turned out that if you buy a Pioneer one or you buy a Sony one, you are going to spend something like 600 euros or so. And if you're buying a AliExpress one, it's going to be 110 or 100 euros. And so I went for the pricier one, so 110. And now I have what is basically a 9-inch Android tablet with 4G connectivity, with ability to connect to the CAN bus of the car. So it is able to actually show the running data from the car. And it looks amazing. And it includes the actual plastic that you need to make it fit into the car. So this is one of those things. It is not bad. It is not bad. It is made entirely out of aluminum. It is well cooled. It doesn't use too much electricity, and it works. And this is creating a confusion for me, because I'm used to saying always that, and you know that I'm making a joke out of myself, that I bought something cheap from China. But it stopped being cheap and it stopped being bad. So suddenly I'm actually being able to buy something. And if you compare this to what Amazon is doing, and by doing I mean doing nothing, under delivering, having the price for the same thing being 30% higher, I don't see, or I see a future where Amazon is not going to be the biggest reseller anymore.
Oh, really? You're going to go that far?
Yes, because it's not complicated to go that far.
Okay. That's a well thought out explanation.
Yes, because it is because it is.
Yeah. Tautology. Okay, what else did you buy recently on Chinese sites?
I'm not going to go. I'm not going to go with into any specific details, because, to be completely honest, I bought a lot of things that make zero sense when you look at them by themselves. I bought some, and now you're going to be completely confused. I'm using a screen behind me that is intended to be a greenish screen. And I had the problem with trying to fix it down to the stands that I'm using for the screen. And then I got some elastic bands that are intended for this exact use. So they have a loop for the stand, they have an elastic band, and they have a small clip that you can clip onto the screen. I got a huge set of pens for my kid. And basically, when it comes to comparing prices, the pens that I got were exactly the same pens that are sold here in Croatia. A single pen here is 2.5 euros. I got 12 of them for 10 euros from China. And the thing is that not only this, but I also got some, I'm going to call it absurd amount of writing leads, or leads, because the thing is that I got something like 700 0.5 millimeter leads. So something that you cannot basically you cannot use even if you write every day for the rest of your school career.
Yeah, and your kid is well known for wanting to write a lot.
Yes, he's yet to use the first one that came with the cars with the Benz.
Well, so what kind of a new thing are you going to buy from China for your new car that you ordered just a couple of days ago?
I don't really know. The thing is that I'm trying to I'm trying.
By the way, he's finally going German.
Yes, which is not a good thing because but on the other hand, Smart is German.
Okay, Mazda
It's
isn't.
it's a Mercedes made in France, which by its, which by itself is an abomination. But yes,
Surely, sure. Yes, that's what we need.
yes. But the thing is that my other car was a Mazda, and I'm now selling it, and I'm going to go with Skoda, which also, if somebody told me 20 years ago that I would buy a Skoda, I would say no way. Because Skodas weren't the thing that for the Skodas weren't the thing for the
Middle age crisis,
no, no,
man.
no, but Skodas weren't the thing when we were younger. A Skoda was a car that was what Czech car that you would basically it was a Skoda or a Lada. You didn't buy a Skoda or a Lada if you didn't have
When I
to.
was much younger, basically when was finishing college, my brother had a Fabia, and that car was excellent.
Yes,
Just putting it out
yes,
there.
I was driving a Fabia some 20-ish years ago, and I must say that compared to the Yugo that I had, it was an amazing car.
Sure, let's compare a space shuttle to a
to a
random
Yugo,
ass
to a Yugo.
to a Yogo. Yes, that.
But on the other hand, the thing that I like, or I liked and I like about the Yugo, is that the Yugo itself is a brand. The
Yup, and they're resurrecting.
Yeah, no, 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 but not only that, but also the entirety of the world knows what a Yugo is when you mention it.
Yeah, you go to America, people still remember Yugo, Florida, and crap like
Yes,
that.
but there is also what is the name of the movie with Danny DeVito? Uh, you know
Which one?
the one where the entirety of the city they live in only has Yugos.
I can't remember. I can find it for you, but continue.
Yes. So the thing is that Yugos themselves are, I'm going to say, a thing that
Drowning Mona.
yes, okay, running Mona. And the thing is that I need to say that Yugo has become a thing that is interesting to everybody, and people know about it. So this is one way of making a brand. But let's go back. Chinese sites because
I'm still waiting for an answer on what you're going to buy for your Skoda from China.
I have zero idea. I have zero idea because
I'm sure you're going to do something.
no, the thing is that right now I'm trying to stay away from buying stuff from China because I realize that I may have a smallish problem.
No, small problem. Yes, finally.
And so this is the thing. This is the thing that I'm not completely sure that I'm going to go with. But the reason why I even bought parts for the Smart from China was that original parts were extremely overpriced for the same
Hmm.
thing. This is one thing, and the other
Hmm.
thing that they were unavailable for some of the things that
Yeah.
you can buy on Chinese sites. They're completely unavailable when it comes to regular distributors.
Can I interject with less than a joke?
Yes.
So today I was asked to give a little bit of an advice to our colleagues about some cameras because he, for reasons passing understanding, wants to do something for a company that, for passing reasons passing understanding, wants to do a podcast space in an open space. And I recommended that he takes the cameras that we usually use in the
Okay.
studio, so ZV-10L. And then I told him that he also has to buy a fake battery. As I'm sure you know, we've
Yes.
used them for many, many moons. You're using it right now, so everything cool. or your USB-ing. Nobody cares. Do you know what the price of a Sony original dummy battery for a ZV-E10L local in Croatia is?
I will go with 120 euros.
111 euros today checked.
So more or less a fourth of the price of the entire camera.
Well, closer to fifth, but it's actually worse when you compare to the ones that you bought for me
Yes?
on Amazon, the less than original ones, because they're like 20, 25 euros. So it's like a one fourth, one fifth of the price.
And this is the big problem. And the even bigger problem is that people started to realize that some of the stuff that is being sold is not sold or is not being produced by, I don't know, Sony. Okay, Sony may be an exception because Sony is probably producing it actually in Japan. But for most of the other producers, you buy from them and you buy more or less similar or the exact same goods as you would buy from AliExpress.
Did you perhaps see what happened with the huge Rolex scandal?
No. Watches are your
I
thing.
don't know. Yeah, but still, you usually know everything about everything, these rumors and whatnot. There was some kind of a hoopla about Rolex using a lot of Chinese parts, and now it's a whole story that's going over the internet. I don't know what the results are, haven't checked in a while, and I'm not a huge fan of the brand either way, so who cares? But seems to be going everywhere, even with the luxury stuff.
But I completely understand this because the luxury stuff is just a thing that can be produced. And I must say that I'm not that surprised because what I was talking when I was trying to explain is that during the last 10 years, the quality of the Chinese goods has risen. It has risen mostly because they have completely taken control of the technology needed to produce even the most precise things that you can buy. So, if you consider a Rolex just a thing that can be produced if you have precise enough methods, I wouldn't be surprised that they're able to produce them in numbers. Because the only reason Rolexes are that expensive is because they are made in small quantities.
It's not small quantities, actually. It's controlled
Yes, the
quantities.
same as diamonds.
Con- Yeah, it's not small by any means. They have a boatload of sales, but they are always controlling the market in terms of how many they want to sell. It's their prerogative; they can do whatever they want. But yeah, you were basically almost 100% on the money.
No, but the thing is that when it comes to any part of luxury goods,
Hmm.
only a small thing can make a difference between a Chinese version and the original version, and for most of the people, it is completely irrelevant.
Okay.
If you are willing to pay, I'm going to go with not a premium brand, but a premium brand when it comes to stuff like, I don't know, watches or backpacks, bags. So things
Hmm.
that are not necessarily needed. You
Hmm.
can find amazing brands out there that you haven't never heard of. But I think that the
Hmm.
biggest thing that is happening right now is the mobile phones,
Okay.
because the mobile phones have dropped in price in such a way that I must say that I see no way that they are producing it in numbers that they're producing it and then making any kind of money out of them. I was I
Okay.
was I was looking at a particular model of a tablet a couple of days ago. It is a 10-inch tablet based on Android 13 and 14. So it is probably going to get completely It's not going to get any updates. It's going to get completely stopped or fixed to this particular version of Android, but never mind. The price with shipping was 99 euros. And if I wanted to buy a single screen without any electronics in it, as a spare screen for my laptop, it's going to be 200 euros. I have absolutely no idea how they are making the thing that they are making. And the same with mobile phones. There is an enormous number of mobile phones that you can buy for under 100 euros. Even if you want to create your own brand of mobile phones, if you're not interested in having a mobile phone that is going to be made of aluminum, but you are completely fine with plastic, the minimum I was looking at the price because I was bored. I was driving somewhere and I was bored. The thing is that for 56 to 57 euros per piece, if you buy 500 pieces, you just need to send your logo and the name of the brand. That's it.
Sounds
It's completely
cool.
white label phones that you can buy. And now we have come to the topic that I wanted also to cover, since we are talking about stuff made in different countries. Did you see the Trump Mobile?
I've seen a picture of some kind of a gold phone something somewhere, but didn't pay attention because I don't follow news like that.
No. This one is amazing. I have zero thoughts on who was thinking about this thing, why were they thinking about this thing, and so on. But I'm just going to put it out there because I was covering the telecommunications market for the better part of 15 years. Trump Corporation has created basically a virtual operator called Trump Mobile. The price for the package is 47.45. So the 47th president, 45th president of the United States. So $47.45, and you can get a Trump phone that is called T1, and that is gold and entirely made in America.
Okay. Can I interject?
Yes.
I don't want to talk about this. I have a much better topic.
No, but I just want to think to have you think about a completely golden phone. So okay, it's not golden; it's gold painted. That is supposed to be made in America, and that has a Trump logo on it.
Okay.
I cannot think of a more American thing than this.
Sounds fine by
Which
me.
is amazing, because we are used to connecting every phone to Chinese cheap copies. And now suddenly the Trump brand,
Role reversal.
the Trump brand is actually so different that when you see a phone, you can say this couldn't happen in Japan, in China. This must have been a thing from America.
Okay. I want to go in a completely different direction because I also made some purchases lately.
Okay.
But not from a cheap Chinese sites. I actually went with Amazon, and they are very expensive when you relate to your previous part of the topic. And I want to talk about them because they offer a good insight into the way in which I think versus you,
Okay.
which is cool. We don't have to be the same with everything. The first topic.
Okay.
Do you know what this is?
Yes, it's probably USB 3 point, whatever the highest number is. Thunderbolt?
Yes.
Thunderbolt.
It's a USB 4, basically.
Yes, USB 4.
Try to guess the brand because it's easy.
Ugreen?
Design.
Ugreen?
It's Ugreen, of course. There are 150,000 different copies of this
Yes, I know.
available on Amazon.de. Inside it is a Western Digital Black 8 terabyte SSD. Bought two of
NVMe?
those because, yes, this is really fast. One for music, one for virtual machines and crap and whatnot. I was seriously deliberating whether or not I want to pay 72 euros for the case itself. Okay? Because 72 euros for this is definitely expensive. It's not cheap.
But I'm going to go against your against your thing, because right.
I'm taking one more thing that I want to comment on, but one of the things
No, but I
also
just
that I
wanted to
also
say
bought.
that
Go ahead.
70 euros or 75 euros for a good, dependable, and by dependable I actually mean dependable case for the hard drive is not too much. Okay, go on,
Agreed.
go on.
Do you have any idea what this is?
Okay, let me not guess.
Yes, it's easy.
TV tuner,
No, much
wireless.
simpler. Yes, it's a wireless adapter. It's actually Asus's
Okay,
wireless adapter with all of the latest standards and everything.
okay,
I bought a couple of
okay,
those. This one, in terms of the cost, was 37 euros. So this is Wi-Fi 6
okay.
stick, and it has
USB 3.
I don't know if you
Yes,
can
bro.
see it, but yeah, it has plenty of bandwidth to work with any kind of wireless standard that this supports. Which again, it supports all of the latest standards. This works really well, and I'm sure you're going to give me a lecture about how there are 100 gazillion, I don't know, 70 million gigabit per second wireless adapters that cost €5 on AliExpress.
No, actually not, because
Okay,
my experience with all the different adapters that I got from Ali or Temu or whatever was that if they were extremely cheap, they usually had one huge problem, and the huge problem
okay.
was that they had duplicated chips. So,
Oh yes,
so
yes,
the
yes.
MAC addresses for the adapters were exactly the same.
hmm
So there was
The,
absolutely zero way of you using them in the same network if you had more than one.
I started buying these much more expensive, let's say USB 4, whatever Thunderbolt, whatever cases, after having some nasty experiences with these guys.
Yes, I know. I have one of those.
This is the complete opposite of that. This is super
And
cheap.
this is the reason why I said
Uh,
that the 70 euros is not that much for the
it still
adapter
is,
cost.
but yes, I understand that it's much more reasonable when you know how difficult it is to find a NVMe Thunderbolt 3.4 or USB 4 or some super duper fast USB external case for NVMe that works solidly and never lets you down. It's difficult to find a device like that, so I usually go with these sorts of brands. So that was one part of the purchase. I have more.
Okay.
I also bought because I saw a gazillion of super cheap Chinese switches, 2.5 gigabit ones,
Yes.
on Amazon as well. But I bought TP Links,
Okay.
40, 40 something euros a piece. I bought two because I need them. Then I bought a whole shebang of USB cables, again, Greens, but I bought USB 3.2, so they are at least 10G compatible,
Yes.
USB C based, and 240-watt power.
Okay.
I bought uh, two USB-C 2.5G LAN adapters by Ugreen as well. And I bought a single regular USB, so USB-A adapter, also USB, also for the 2.5G LAN. And on top of it, I bought €60 a piece OWC Thunderbolt 4 cables there that are 2 meters long.
You are the
The
Thunderbolt.
moral,
You're the Thunderbolt guy. I'm going to. I'm the one that's.
you know why.
Yes, I know why, but you are the Thunderbolt guy. I'm completely trying to ignore the Thunderbolt thing. But you got.
No. There's more. There's one more that you need to
Okay.
know of, and you're going to approve of this. Apple Thunderbolt 5 cable.
Is it cheap?
You bought me a,
Is it cheaper than
you
no?
bought
Is it cheaper than the MacBook Air?
it is actually way cheaper than the ones that you bought me, original ones from the previous
Yes.
generation. So okay, this one is shorter. You bought me one that was longer, so the price was outrageous.
Yes.
But you also bought me one that was 1 meter long, way more expensive than this one, €70,
Which is fine.
which which is completely fine for a cable that absolutely works.
But Then again, you just reminded me that I actually bought something recently that I actually find extremely useful. So this is a regular USB. Okay, this is a crap disk inside it, but this is an SSD 2.5 inch that I had laying around because I wanted to actually test something. So this is a regular normal
External
no,
case,
it's
yeah.
a plastic case,
Cheapo.
extremely cheap plastic case. But the thing that actually makes the difference, and the reason why I bought it, is that for some reason
It has a screen.
it has a screen, and the screen itself, if you take a look at it, I don't know if it's going to focus, but or not.
Yeah, it focuses. It's
So
okay.
you can read the smart data on it.
Mm-hmm.
So it shows you the work hours, the temperature of the drive, the wear and tear, and so on, and so on, and so on. And also the most useful thing that I have ever seen on a case. This includes the most expensive case that I have seen. You see that red icon on the top.
Yep.
It denotes the USB connection type.
Oh, that's very,
So
very
it
useful.
actually tells you what is the connection type that you are currently connected to. So it is able to tell you that are you using a USB 2, USB 3, USB 3.1, 3.2, and it is able to tell you the maximum speed that you are going to get from this connection. And I would like to see this on every disk.
It's beyond me. Why don't we have that on any freaking case?
Yes. So this is a 20 something euro case, and I wanted to buy it because I wanted to see what the screen looked like.
AliExpress or
Yes,
something local?
some site, some AliExpress site. But the thing is that, as I said, it's extremely cheap. It says it is manufactured by Shenzhen Shule Technology something, Guangdong province, China. The thing is that
Yeah.
what I wanted to see and what I would like to see, this included not only on the cases but on the USB cables themselves. Because you know that both you and me have the USB cables that are capable of giving you the idea of how much power you're putting through it. Okay, super speed USB 20.
Yeah. Read.
Yes, 20.
Yeah.
Okay, but the thing is that I would like to see a screen on the USB. Focus duck, yes. The USB was so good that the camera gave up on you.
Yes, that's exactly correct.
No, but the thing is that I would like to see when it comes to USBs, when it comes to cables, instead of having the wattage of the cable, so the amount of power that the cable is delivering, I would much more prefer to have the USB type or the USB speed be on the cable.
I'm sorry. I have to interject. I want both.
I would like both, but if I had to choose, I would go with USB type. Because the thing is that I want to know what is the maximum speed that I can actually expect from this thing. And the reason why I'm talking about this is that I recently bought an adapter. This adapter was intended to be. This adapter looks like this. So it's just an add-on for a regular USB cable.
This is awesome.
And this gives you the ability to create to have the power shown on any USB cable.
You know, I have a set of cables.
Yeah,
that
yes,
already
yes,
have
yes.
the
All,
built-in- exactly the
me
reason.
too. But the thing is that I would like to see a tester like this that would give you the idea of which USB standard you are now using while connected.
That's actually a freaking awesome idea.
And this is something that I'm going to be looking for in the future, because stuff like this actually can save you huge amounts of time. Having the idea that you are not connected at the full speed that you're capable of. For example, there is a colleague of mine calling me today. He has a Thunderbolt enabled and power delivery enabled laptop, which is the first generation of Dell laptops. If you remember those, this is the I think it's 8th generation Intel. The first generation of Dells, when they were still using the old round plug for the power, but they were also experimenting with USB-C and Thunderbolt and experimenting with power delivery.
That's my XPS is exactly like that. Still has the round one.
Yes, but also is it capable of being using USB-C to connect?
Nope, it's too old.
So this laptop is exactly was created in exact moment where when they were trying to do both of the things. So USB-C port is capable of doing power delivery, and it can also use the connector for the regular power, so the round plug. And he asked me today which adapter to buy, because he was trying to switch over to USB-C because he didn't want to take the huge 100 and whatever watts Dell power brick that is by any means it's a huge thing, and he wanted to buy a USB-C adapter, and then he bought one, and then he got it home, he connected it, and what the first thing that he got from out of the laptop was that the laptop said slow charging. And the main reason was that then he realized that all the cables that he has at his home are completely incapable of producing any kind of, or enabling any kind of power delivery. Let me just put something out there. Zencaster does not support Firefox.
That's excellent.
It says that it is unsupported browser, and it wants to use either Brave, Chrome, or Edge.
That's
Since
fantastic.
I was using Chrome, I have great regret with saying that right now I'm using Edge.
And is it working for you? Not really, because you still don't have cache.
No, it didn't give me any warning that I don't have a cache. But on the other hand, I cannot see that we are recording at all. It just says everything is just an empty line.
You still seem offline.
Anyways,
Let's see if it's something else. Oh yeah, it added another Yasmin, so I can see your sound.
okay, so great.
And you have exactly 1 megabyte of cache. Well done, you.
But okay. Anyways, let's wrap this thing up. You're going to do you're going to do the amazing stuff in post production because you have additional day left, so you can do the post production then. And thank you for listening to my rant about Chinese sites. And
my rant's about more expensive things.
yes, but it's not about the expense; it's about the fun that you have.
I'm still having fun with my expensive stuff.
Yes, okay.
And it actually works.
So let's agree on one last thing before we go.
Okay.
Casio watches on the Amazon.
Yes, no problem. We can talk about that all
No,
day
but
long.
this is the thing that they have hit the fun stuff that is not expensive exactly where it counts.
That's exactly why I prefer to use Chrono 24 to buy watches like that.
No, but it's not the same. The thing is that you need to buy Casio cheap watches for 20 euros on Amazon because this is the way to go. They're supposed to be bought on a wholesale site.
I only bought I bought a Montana watch, with the Melody watch there, and one, I don't remember which one was it, but kind of like branded Ferrari watch for fun. It wasn't expensive.
Okay.
A few years back, but I would have never ever go there and buy anything more expensive or Casio. That's what Chrono 24 is for.
No. I went with Casio, the calculator one, as you know, as you know, and it looks amazing. And I must say that my kid is completely happy with having it because he actually took it and he was wearing it in school. And as opposed to when we were able to actually get it, I have zero problems with him wearing it at school because the price is so cheap that it's probably more expensive if he breaks a pen than if he breaks the watch itself.
I think that what you should be doing is getting him an F91W.
F91W. Okay, now I need to Google.
Yes.
F921W.
No, 91W.
91W. Okay, Google is. Oh, the. I'm not going to even call it the. What is the official name? Or unofficial
It
name?
is D Watch.
Yes, D Watch.
Sold in millions of copies.
It says that. Okay. Okay, so it is a digital watch manufactured by Japanese electronic company Casio. So it's not a was, it's a is. And the site
because they're
says
still selling it like crazy.
no, it says that as of 211, annual production is 2 million units per year. So yes, I need to. Okay.
Need I say more?
No. The thing is that the Wikipedia page has the usage in terrorism part of the page with actual images, how to use it.
Oh, for the love of Christ, what you are focusing on, man.
No. I just went to official Wikipedia page, and for absolutely zero reasons, they decided to include schematics on how to create triggers for bombs and from Casio watches.
Shut the hell up, finally. Already. Okay, that's it.
Anyway,
we're leaving now.
Okay, we are leaving now with the thing.
Yes.
So see you. Thank you for being with us.
Bye.
Bye.